Jennifer with Jennifer at Home, and I'm super excited and super grateful you're here today because today we are going to make a really special, really easy recipe. Today we are making German potato salad. Okay friends, real quick, I brought out the shout out jar. I'm going to pick a name out of here, just one, and that is going to be my shout out today. All right, I have just one here. And today's shout out goes to Victoria Walters. Victoria has her own channel and it's a really great channel. She is a book author and has some new books out, and she has a really great hauls and all sorts of really nice things on her channel. She does some decorating and all sorts of fun things. So be sure to check out Victoria Walters. I'm giving you, Victoria, my shout out for the day. The first thing we're going to need to do is put about 3 pounds of scrubbed and cleaned potatoes into a pot and put just enough water in to cover the potatoes. We're going to get these boiling, and once the water comes to a boil, we're going to add some salt and we're going to let the potatoes boil about 10 minutes. We'll know that they're ready and done and soft enough when we can put a fork in the potato easily. While the potatoes are boiling, I got out my kitchen shears and I just cut up some bacon and put it in a bowl. When the potatoes are done, we'll take them out to drain and to cool, and then we'll put our bacon in the same pot and get it cooking. Now that the potatoes are coming to a boil, I'm going to sprinkle in some salt. This will give some extra seasoning to the potatoes. Now that the potatoes are boiling really well, I'll let them go for about 10 minutes and then I'll check them with a fork. The potatoes have been boiling for about 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and check it with a fork. And as you can see, this big fork pulls right out very easily. It goes right in without any effort. So our potatoes are done. Let's put them in a colander to cool down. While our potatoes are cooling down, let's go ahead and cook our bacon. In the very same pot that the potatoes were boiling in, let's go ahead and add in our bacon. While the bacon is cooking, let me show you what else we're going to need for this recipe. We're going to need a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, 4 tablespoons of water, a half a cup of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and a half a cup of onions. I'm just going to use these green and white onions because that's what I had available in my refrigerator that I needed to use up. Now that the bacon is done and nice and crispy, we're going to remove it from the pan and save that bacon grease in the pan. Remember to make sure you get a clean bowl to put your bacon back in. You don't want to accidentally put your bacon in the bowl that it was sitting in before you cooked it. The next thing we're going to do is add our onions to the hot grease. We're just going to saute these around in the hot oil until they're nice and soft. While the bacon's cooking, go ahead and cut up your cooled potatoes. Just cut them into bite-sized pieces. Now that the onions are nice and soft and the bacon grease, we're going to start adding our other ingredients. We're going to go ahead and add in the 4 tablespoons of water, the salt and pepper, the sugar and brown sugar, and the white vinegar. I'm just going to mix all of these things around until the sugar dissolves. And I just have this on a medium-low heat right now. Okay, now the sugar is dissolved. I don't feel any granules in there anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And then I'm going to add back in my bacon. The crispy bacon goes in, and I'll just give this a stir. This is going to be the dressing for our potatoes. Now we're just going to pour this hot dressing right over the top of the potatoes. With a couple of really large spoons, we're just going to lightly and gently just toss the potatoes in the dressing until they're all completely coated. I like my potatoes a little bit softer, so if they break, that's okay. It'll still taste just as good. Okay, now that everything is mixed, the only thing left to do is add a little garnish. I'm going to add just a little bit of green onions to the top. I really like green onions on the top of mine. However, you could also add parsley if you would rather have parsley. And here's how the German potato salad turned out. I hope you realize just how easy this recipe was, and it is tremendously delicious. I know you'll enjoy it if you make this recipe, and I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to click the notification bell, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you next time.